2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A run with Josh Adams, the Eagles' leading rusher as a rookie last year. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go, 230. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Once more, Adams on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And that's complete to Adams. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Set! 180. 77. 26 Mike. Exit.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys gonna come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. He finds his man Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Alert. 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Zach Gentry with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jakeem Grant, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
All right, now. Left 5.
42's the mic. I'm going to run you over.
No foul.
On first down, this is Adams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Bravo.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. Called that a very strong gain of 24. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Start. Blue 30. 42. Mark.
Just like that. Just like that.
Nicker. Got to spin.
Kill.
Hey, Nicker. Swirl. Let's go. Blue 30.
Now on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Here we go. Wait, 80. Go ahead.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They run on 2nd down with Adams. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. So that one will get them halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
Mike, ready? 180. Check. Mike 42. We on now. We on now. Check 26. Check 26. Easy. 22, 44.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's caught here by Adams. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for the Niners. 61 yards that time on the ground. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Garoppolo gives to Breida, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield. But now it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
I got you. 21. Check. 21. Hey, Zoo. Hey, check Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, I think everything was impressive about that one, except they didn't get a first down. But I like their field position now after that play.
Yeah, now you got a pretty makeable field goal opportunity. CD, you know, there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
No gain on the play there, second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, Wood.
26 Mike.
Here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now it's Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Here we go. 180! White. Hey, seam 6.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
21. 11. Check.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, here's Adams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go, here we go. Like 20! Here
we go. Watch Twit!
Lock!
On 1st down, here's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Jakeem Grant. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Roethlisberger into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
Hey, alert! 1, Omaha.
They run again with Breida. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gould with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Roethlisberger now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Here we go.
With the score, Niners 24, Steelers 14.
Black 20. Here we go. Two times. Hey.
Roethlisberger will throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And an alley to run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll go to Adams, trying to pound it in. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
From the 2-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down.
12.
Check 3. No. Off. Why?
2.
Check out.
2.
55. Mike 55. Man, I got you. Hey, watch this.
11. 21.
In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And this is Selleck here with the grab. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
At the 33-yard line.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard.
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Room here to run. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. T.J. Green with a pick. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Breida. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Check it back.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A carry for Adams, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. We're playing for the pass first.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 41, Roethlisberger, and that's complete to Adams. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for San Francisco, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.